South Dakota, known for its prairies and rugged landscapes, boasts the lowest unemployment rate in the nation. Yet beneath this prosperity lies a paradox, a dependence on the very labor force that some seek to restrict: immigrants. At the helm of this issue stands Governor Noem, a staunch advocate for stricter immigration policies. Noem's ascent has been marked by her conservative stance and support for former President Trump's immigration agenda. As Secretary of Homeland Security, she now faces a national debate pitting economic realities against ideological convictions. South Dakota's agricultural sector relies heavily on migrant workers, many undocumented, filling essential roles. Governor Noem's rhetoric paints a picture of a nation under siege by undocumented immigrants. Her words resonate with those feeling left behind in a rapidly changing world. Dawn breaks over a dairy farm in eastern South Dakota, where Maria, an undocumented immigrant from Guatemala, begins her day. She rises before the sun, her hands already aching from the labor that awaits. Maria is one of thousands of undocumented immigrants essential to South Dakota's agricultural industry. These workers are the unseen backbone, toiling in fields and barns, ensuring that the state's agricultural output remains robust. From cattle ranches to soybean fields, migrant workers keep the state's agricultural engine running. They work long hours in harsh conditions, often with little recognition or reward. Many are drawn by the promise of a better life, fleeing poverty and violence. They leave behind families and familiar landscapes, driven by hope and necessity. Their contributions extend beyond fields and farms, revitalizing small towns and rural communities. These immigrants bring new life to areas that might otherwise face decline, opening businesses and creating a vibrant cultural tapestry. Immigrants have opened businesses, providing much-needed services and enriching the social fabric. They run grocery stores, restaurants, and other enterprises that serve both the immigrant and local populations. Despite their contributions, many live in fear of deportation, worrying about being separated from their families. The constant threat of immigration raids and the uncertainty of their status cast a long shadow over their daily lives. The Trump administration's hardline policies and Governor Noem's stance have created an atmosphere of uncertainty. Protests and political debates rage on, but for many immigrants the fear is deeply personal and immediate. Many wonder if they will be allowed to stay in the only home they have ever known. They look out their windows, contemplating a future that seems increasingly uncertain. The threat of deportation hangs over their heads like a dark cloud. Yet, despite the fear and uncertainty, they continue to work, to hope, and to dream of a better future for themselves and their families. In Huron, South Dakota, a sense of unease has settled upon the community. The once peaceful streets now carry an air of tension, as residents go about their daily lives with a heightened sense of awareness. Latino immigrants, drawn by work in agricultural processing plants, have transformed the town. Their hard work and dedication have brought new life and diversity to Huron, enriching its cultural fabric. Miguel, from El Salvador, owns a small grocery store, a beacon of hope and community for many, a gathering place for the Hispanic community. Here people find not just groceries but a sense of belonging and support. His business contributes to the local economy, providing jobs and fostering economic growth, and his family is woven into the town's fabric. They participate in local events, their children attend local schools, and they share in the community's joys and sorrows. However, stricter immigration enforcement looms large, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty, casting a shadow of uncertainty. The threat of ICE raids and deportations hangs over the town like a dark cloud. Whispers of ICE raids and deportations stoke fear and anxiety. Families live in constant dread, unsure of what the future holds. Parents hesitate to send their children to school, fearing they might return to an empty home. The fear of separation is ever present. Fearing they might return to an empty home, the fear of separation is ever present. Children too sense the tension, affecting their sense of security and well-being. Families live in the shadows, afraid to draw attention to themselves, afraid to report crimes or seek medical attention. The fear of deportation keeps them from accessing essential services, further isolating them. The economic consequences of a crackdown are a growing concern for local businesses. Shops and restaurants that rely on the patronage of the immigrant community face the threat of closure. The ripple effects could be devastating for the town as a whole. The economic and social fabric of Huron is at risk as the community grapples with these challenges. Kristi Noem cuts a striking figure on the national stage. Known for her articulate speeches and strong presence, she has become a prominent voice in American politics. Her rise from rancher's daughter to governor of South Dakota has captivated many. Noem's journey is a testament to her resilience and determination, qualities that have endeared her to many of her constituents. Born and raised on a ranch, Noem's roots run deep in the state's conservative soil. Her upbringing instilled in her a strong work ethic and a deep appreciation for the values of rural America. After her father's death, she managed the family business and discovered a passion for public service. This pivotal moment in her life not only shaped her future but also solidified her commitment to her community and state. In 2006, she launched her political career, winning a seat in the South Dakota House of Representatives. Her tenure there was marked by her advocacy for agricultural issues and her efforts to reduce government regulation. In 2010, Noem became the first woman elected to represent South Dakota in the U.S. House of Representatives. Her election was a historic moment for the state and a significant milestone in her career. Her victory catapulted her onto the national stage. As a congresswoman, she quickly made a name for herself, becoming known for her staunch conservative views and her ability to connect with voters. In Congress, she aligned with the Tea Party movement and criticized the Obama administration's policies. Her alignment with the movement further solidified her reputation as a conservative firebrand. Noem's conservative credentials and charisma helped her connect with voters. Her ability to articulate her vision and her dedication to her constituents have been key factors in her political success. Her journey from rancher's daughter to national political figure continues to draw attention. As she navigates the complexities of national politics, Kristi Noem remains a figure to watch, embodying the spirit and determination of South Dakota. Kristi Noem's star continued to rise on the national stage. Her support for Donald Trump solidified her position in the Republican Party. Frequent media appearances earned her a loyal following among the GOP base. After Trump's 2016 victory, Noem's profile received a greater boost. She became a frequent visitor to the White House, advising on various issues. In 2018, Noem ran for governor, focusing on her conservative record and ties to Trump. She emerged victorious, becoming South Dakota's first female governor. As governor, Noem signed conservative measures into law, drawing both praise and criticism. As Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem faces a complex mission, safeguarding borders while upholding American values. Her tenure has continued the Trump administration's hardline immigration policies. Noem has focused on border security, overseeing wall construction and stricter enforcement measures. Her rhetoric emphasizes protecting American jobs and communities. However, she is engaged with the business community on legal immigration, recognizing its economic importance. Noem supports reforms to streamline the legal immigration process for skilled workers. Her stance reflects a pragmatic recognition of economic realities. Reactions to her tenure have been mixed, with criticism from both immigration hardliners and immigrant rights advocates. The human cost of political stalemate is evident in families torn apart by deportation and dreams deferred. In South Dakota, stricter immigration enforcement impacts the agricultural sector, causing labor shortages. Farmers struggle to find reliable workers, affecting production and prices. The labor shortage extends to businesses reliant on immigrant workers. Restaurants, construction companies, and small towns face challenges due to declining populations. The economic vitality of these communities is threatened by the loss of immigrant contributions. Fear and uncertainty erode trust and social cohesion in immigrant communities. The impact of these policies diminishes us all. As the U.S. grapples with its identity as a nation of immigrants, our choices today will shape the future. Will we embrace our legacy as a beacon of hope, or let fear and division define us? The path forward requires a nuanced approach, balancing security with compassion. We must secure our borders while providing a pathway to citizenship for contributors. Recognizing immigrants' economic contributions is essential. Addressing concerns of those feeling left behind is crucial. Moving beyond fear and division, we need a thoughtful dialogue on immigration. The future of our nation depends on creating a fair and humane immigration system.